with the supermarket. It's beautiful in there with the aircon. It's very humid today. And it's not just me, I confirmed that with the lady in the bottle shop. So it looks like the Agro levels in the community are just as you can hear, the Agro levels are very high in the community at the moment. It is a pretty irritating day, admittedly. Other thing that's weird about Liquorland, I'm not sure whether Liquorland is now different management to Wesfarmers as Coles, because Coles split off and they're actually separately listed on the stock exchange now compared to the rest of Wesfarmers. And the reason I ask is they're pretty slack. They've got a special on the Wolf Bluffs port, which they have every couple of weeks generally, but it drops down from $12 to $7, which is actually cheaper than they sell it at Dan Murphy's normally. So it's quite a decent discount. But this is the second time I've been there and they haven't bothered to put the special price up. So that's super slack. The other thing that they're really slack on is that they put lots of merchandise around the actual shelves, so you can't even get to see the actual bottles of stuff they're trying to sell. It's abysmal marketing. It's just, like I said, it looks like they're asleep at the wheel. But again, you know, if they're not under, because Wesfarmers, you know, a place like Bunnings is reasonably well run. You'd think that they'd be a bit more strict with their management, but it may be just slacking off because they've written them off now. They've still got shares in them, still got have shareholdings, but there is a different management in control of Coles Group now. And I presume that Liquorland comes under Coles, but who knows? It's so hard. It's convoluted in the corporate world. But yeah, it's quite overcast today. Probably be better if it was a bit sunnier, and there's not a great deal of wind either, which is good for YouTubing but not so good for comfort levels. Yeah, no, it's funny about that Agro, it just seems to be everywhere. You wouldn't want to be a copper up here, you'd have your hands full. And I passed by a guy on the road, just sitting on the roadside, and he was okay. He said hello and I said hello back, and he wasn't Agro, but those guys didn't sound particularly happy with life. And that was the sort of attitude that this couple of guys had at the bus stop when I saw the punch up. So the other members of the group, they looked a bit haggard, but they weren't Agro. It was just the two guys. Well, one guy in particular was having a go at the other guy. I know the other guy particularly wanted to fight, but this guy was just very belligerent. So there's probably some history. Almost looks like there's actually a bit of rain over there. It looks like that's rain in the distance, but it hasn't hit here. And a good drenching would probably help a lot, because it is uncomfortably humid, even for Cairns standards. I finally ditched I was thrown out of putting a booking in for my Silkair flight again today, so I just gave up. Came up with the same crap with the Visa, verified by Visa screen, which claimed that my phone number, my mobile number, wasn't listed at my bank, and it was. I think I already mentioned this actually, so I'm going over old ground, getting old. But what I did since then is actually rebook tickets with Jetstar, and I found some decent fares, so that worked out well. My major criteria there was I didn't want to have too many flights, and the good thing about the Jetstar flight is I got a direct flight from Saigon into Sydney, get in at about 10:30 in the morning, then I've got a connecting flight to Cairns at 2:30 in the afternoon domestically, so that's not bad. That's actually a good system. That's worked out well. And also the prices were very good for the fares, so it cost me going up there about $5.50 and getting back about $400, so quite substantially cheaper. So that was all right. Yeah, it's about 4:30 in the afternoon, and you can see the clouds just hanging over the hills there. Guy just beside me on a skateboard, of course. Very strange to have a walk down to the supermarket without encountering at least one skateboarder. But yeah, you can see how low the clouds are. So quite pretty. You don't get that in suburban Melbourne much. Probably out where my cousin is in Lilydale you would, because they're a little further out from the actual town. So it's quite sort of semi-rural, so it's quite nice. Well, the other thing about Liquorland this week, there's they've got Jameson's whiskey, Irish whiskey, 700ml bottle. They've got it advertised for $55 on special. BWS has it for $45 on special. I picked it up at Murphy's for about $39.95 the week before, but even Murphy's has got it about $45 at the moment, so it'll go down in price around $40 again, so I'll pick up some more then. But gee, I mean, can you imagine that? Liquorland on special still $55, which is bloody pricey. That's a special price. It's not really in my mind. It's closer to the full price. Another reason to be very selective shopping there. You can get some cheap wine and stuff, and obviously you can get some cheap port, but you really do need to be selective, because that is a rip-off for the Irish whiskey. Please consider subscribing to my channel if you think there's anything there of use to you, or entertainment or whatever. And either do that or give me a thumbs up, or if you're feeling really energetic, do both. That'd be great. But please don't ignore me. That's the worst thing you can do on YouTube, is be ignored.